Some of the really good ones are going to be beef kidneys and also beef spleen, because those are going to be very rich in folate and vitamin C. And folate and vitamin C are two of the vitamins and minerals that are going to be lacking in the carnivore diet if you're only consuming muscle meat and not getting any organ meats into your actual diet. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today's question is with regard to organ meats while on the carnivore diet. A couple weeks ago, I had uploaded a video called How Can I Help? Ask Me Anything, and on that video, I got a question from System Trend. And System Trend asks, have you done a video on the specific nutrition of each animal organ, i.e. liver, kidney, brain, etc.? Well, System Trend, no, I have not done a video on that topic, and that's a great question because when it comes to organ meats, a lot of people on the carnivore diet, they tend to stay away from organ meats and they tend to stick just to the flesh meats, but a lot of really valuable nutrition can be found in the organ meats. Just a few of the organs that I like to consume myself are going to be liver, spleen, kidney, heart, and depending on your preference of different tastes, some of these are going to be very, very strong and you may not enjoy them, but some of them, when cooked properly, they're going to be very delicious and also very nutritious. Now, with regard to the different organs, if we were to take a look at beef liver, it's one of my favorite organs to consume. I consume it at least twice a week and I'll consume 2 pounds a week roughly. In terms of the nutrition, with regard to beef liver, if you're consuming 100 grams of beef liver, you're going to find that it's going to have, with regard to B12, roughly 3,460% of the total recommended daily intake of B12. Now, I'm going to be listing all of the RDIs for all of these different meats. Just know that when I say these are the RDIs, even though some of them may seem a little bit high, I don't put too much faith in the actual recommended daily intake, but these are going to be the numbers that I'm going to be using for the purposes of this video. If we take a look at vitamin A, then it's going to contain anywhere from 860 to 1,100% of your RDI. Then folate, this one's very, very important because one of the minerals that is very, very lacking in the carnivore diet if you only eat muscle meat is going to be folate, and 100 grams of beef liver is going to supply you with 65% of the RDI of your folate needs. And then we also have 80% of your total iron intake coming from 100 gram serving, and also copper. Copper, it's going to be 1,620% of your total copper intake coming from 100 grams of beef. It's also an excellent source of choline. Next, let's take a look at beef tongue. Beef tongue, in just a 3-ounce serving, you can expect to find 28% of your total iron needs. You can also expect 44% of your zinc needs, and a lot of people are going to be deficient in zinc. So if you are somebody who's deficient in zinc, incorporating some beef tongue would be an excellent organ meat to consume. Next, you're going to contain roughly 2.4 micrograms of vitamin B12 and 132 milligrams of choline. Next, let's take a look at beef heart. In a 100 gram serving of beef heart, you can expect 24% of your total iron intake, 47% of your total niacin, 70% of your riboflavin, and 356% of your B12 servings. It's also going to be a very, very good source of copper and selenium, with 44% copper and 40% of your total selenium intake. Next, let's take a look at beef kidneys. Beef kidneys, this is one of my favorite organ meats to consume. Personally, I'm a big fan of lamb kidneys and lamb spleen as opposed to beef, but if you don't have access to those, beef kidneys is going to be very, very rich in a lot of essential nutrients. Your folate, again, remember, folate is going to be very, very low in the carnivore diet if you're only eating muscle meat, but if you're incorporating something like beef kidneys, you're going to get 98 micrograms of folate per 100 grams serving. You're also going to get 218% of your total riboflavin, 1,146% of your B12, 47% of your copper needs, 37% of your phosphorus, and 256% of your selenium. So if you are the type of person where you're not eating a lot of foods rich in selenium and you can't consume things like Brazil nuts, because if you're following a carnivore diet very strictly, Brazil nuts would be an excellent source of selenium, but if you can't have that, then incorporating some beef kidneys would be an excellent source of selenium. Then we have beef spleen. When it comes to beef spleen, this one is going to be a very, very important organ meat that you guys can consume, and it's one of my favorites along with beef liver, kidneys, and also spleen. Those would be my 3 favorite organ meats. With regard to beef spleen, in a 100 gram serving, you're going to get 52% of your total niacin. You're going to get 237% of your total B12. Vitamin C, this one is going to be a very important one because aside from folate, the other vitamin that is going to be lacking in a carnivore diet if you're only eating muscle meat is going to be vitamin C. But if you are consuming beef spleen, in a 100 gram gram serving, you are going to get 51% of your total vitamin C needs. So incorporating some beef spleen into your diet would be a terrific way to get some vitamin C into your diet. Next, there's going to be 248% of iron, and lastly, 113% of selenium. Next, we're going to move on to beef brain. In a 100 gram serving of beef brain, you're going to get 396% of your vitamin B12, 52% of your total phosphorus, 39% of your selenium needs, and it's going to be a very, very high source of DHA. In a 100 gram serving, you can expect roughly 727 milligrams of DHA, and this is going to be very, very good for you because when it comes to DHA is very important for things like cognitive function and also for infants. The younger you are, the more DHA you want in your diet. So if you are somebody that has just had a child and you're looking for nutritious foods to feed them, beef brain would be a terrific thing to feed your infant or toddler, as it's going to be very, very high in DHA. And then lastly, we have beef tripe. Beef tripe is something that I consume fairly regularly. It doesn't have the greatest smell, so if you are not a fan of things that don't smell that great, this isn't going to be the best organ meat to consume. But beef tripe, you can expect to get 58% of your total vitamin B12 needs and also 23% of your selenium. But those are pretty much 7 different organ meats and the nutrition that is involved in them. If you are somebody that is lacking some of these vitamins or minerals and you would like to find a way to get them naturally from your diet without supplementation, then those are some of the ones that you would want to supplement with. Particularly, some of the really good ones are going to be beef kidneys and also beef spleen, because those are going to be very rich in folate and vitamin C. And folate and vitamin C are 2 of the vitamins and minerals that are going to be lacking in the carnivore diet if you're only consuming muscle meat and not getting any organ meats into your actual diet. But those are my top 7 organ meats and what exactly they contain. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.